Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to do a quick review, analysis, opinions, I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm just going to give you my thoughts about the LG 32UN880 32-inch UltraFine monitor that I recently acquired. So to just give you some of the stats, some of the more important stats, is a 32-inch UltraFine monitor. The viewable size is 31.5 inches, so they consider it 32. The refresh rate is only 60 hertz. It is a 4K monitor. The top resolution will be 3840 by 2160. It's an anti-glare screen, so it's not a screen that's glossy. There are two HDMI ports. There is USB Type-C port, which is interesting for Macs because you can essentially connect your Mac that has a USB-C connector into it, and it connects with just a single cable. So that's quite interesting. Let's see. There is also a display port. So the display ports are more popular on laptops nowadays. So there is a native display port, only one though. So keep that in mind. Let's see what else. I actually will show you as well in a minute so you can see for yourself. There is also a headphone out jack. So if you want to, what I do with my setup is I have multiple computers. So I have a work laptop since I'm working at home. And then I also have my old MacBook. And so I have external speakers, so I connect the external speaker to the monitor. And when I switch between screens, the audio carries through just with that single connection. So it's nice. It's a nice feature. I'm reading through some of these things here. It is FreeSync compatible for gaming. I don't have a gaming computer or anything close to that, so I wouldn't be able to really test that. Supposedly there is a picture-in-picture feature, so you can have two screens up at the same time. But I think that would work only for newer systems, or at least compatible systems. I don't have anything compatible that would work. But I am going to look into that and see. Supposedly the display is also an HDR display, although you can argue that a bit because it's not as bright as a true HDR would be. But it's just enough where it meets that criteria to be HDR. And I think everything else is not really much else. It's the normal 1-year warranty. It is a 2020 model. This model is new. This came out in July, August timeframe, so it's very new. The existing model that came out earlier in the year was a 27-inch, which in itself is also pretty nice. Yeah, this setup is pretty nice. So let me show you the screen. So hopefully you can see. It might be a little hard because of course I have two bright things in front of me here, but I have two screens open. I have a notepad, Microsoft Word on this side, and then I have the page with the stats on the right. And you can see it's pretty decent how it sits on the desk. So now I brought down the screen just so you can see the full image. And sorry for that dot there, but that's the camera flash. You can see it's pretty much close to the edge. I do have a webcam on top of there. That actually works really nice because it's right in the center. You can see all the real estate I have on the bottom. That's the external speaker setup that I mentioned, and then those are my two computers that I have set up. So let me quickly take you around the back. Now, the nice thing about this screen is, you see how you can twist it and turn it all over the place? That is their Ergo displays. This also moves up and down. I wonder if I'll be able to demonstrate that. Maybe if I put this down for a second here. Ooh, sorry about that. You guys are moving all over the place. but you kind of need both hands because it's a little challenging, to say the least. But this moves up, down, you know, to the side. You can even flip it around this way. You'd have to bring this down a little bit though. It won't fit. See, my desk isn't that big, so I wouldn't be able to even do it. But I don't need that full panel screen. I mean, this is plenty of screen for me. So back to holding the camera now. So this flips pretty much all the way around, as you can see. And I'm going to show you this bird's nest of cable management here. And there's only one little complaint to have about this, and you'll see. But you see, it's pretty flat. It has a little bezel, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's pretty thin. It's heavy though. It is very heavy. Let me show you the ports again. So you got the top USB port is for data transfer only. So it is, it's only good for like if you need to update the firmware or whatever. And the other one is an actual one. That's the speaker port. That's the power port. So this cable connects to a power cable that's pretty big. Here's your two HDMIs down here. Here's the display port. And this is the USB-C port. So I do have the cable connected. I have the cable on my desk, but I don't have anything USB-C to connect. So I don't have it. Now, the other feature about this is the actual stand. So when I unboxed it, it was hard to really demonstrate it because I hadn't installed it yet. But as you can see, there's a clamp. And so essentially it clamps onto the corner of the desk, to the middle of the desk, to wherever you have open space on the back of your desk. So this desk has a little area in the back here. So that's what I did. I clamped it onto the back, and there's screws in the hardware, so you can attach it. It's pretty much compatible with anything. There's very few limitations, and they even include extra hardware if you were to do something else with it. But you know, the whole point of this monitor is to have the ergonomic display that you can move this around up and down. You can see here how this moves up and down. So the complaint I have here is about this cable management system. So you can see how this swings right out, see? So I want to talk about this cable management system for a little while here. So the way this works is, I'm going to show you from top down. So the way this works is you put in your cables through here into the back, of course, and then they come out through here, and you are supposed to be able to just cover that up, assuming that's covered, right? And then all of this gets hidden inside this tube. The problem is that a lot of these cables are thick. So the HDMI cable's thick, the power cable's thick. So there's not really an intelligent way to put it in there. And maybe I'm just stupid and I can't figure this out, but there's no possible way I can get all this in there and cover this. So I just left it as is because it sits in the back anyway. And it doesn't really, you see how there's kind of like a little spaghetti there. It's not quite as bad as a traditional, because you would just have these cables sticking out and they just kind of be all over the place. So this kind of does manage it, at least through the armrest here. But it would be nice to get all of it into this little tube, but they only give you like that much room to do that in. So yeah, that's the only complaint I have to monitor, but otherwise I'm quite happy with it. So back to me again, just to wrap it up. So, you know, in the box you only get like, you know, very limited information. They do throw in a CD or DVD, or whatever you want to call it, which I thought was very interesting. And since most new computers don't even have them, it is interesting also that you get instruction manuals for the type of desks that you have. So as you can see, they show you that clamp I was talking about. So that's the B type of desk where it uses a different kind of hardware, but it's the same mechanism otherwise. And they show you the type of desks. So these are just standard desks. So it's telling you, you know, how you want to connect it. You need to clamp the whole thing. You can't clamp it by a corner or by an edge. That won't work. The monitor, you'll damage it for sure. You need to have a complete grip on the display because it is very heavy. Doesn't look heavy because it's flat panel, but believe me, it is very heavy for it being a flat panel. And it gives you all the tools and not the tools, all the hardware that you would need. So would I recommend it? It really depends on what your needs are. In my case, my last monitor was a 27-inch. It was an old HDMI, one of the first HDMIs that came out. So it was pretty native. I didn't have a lot of expansion ports in the back. It was literally just one HDMI and one RGB. So it was very old. So I couldn't connect multiple things at once. This one's nice because I can connect my work computer, my Mac. I could probably connect. I have a Surface as well. I could probably connect that as well, but I haven't tried because I don't use it for that on such a large display. I kind of just use it to go. I connected my iPad Pro to it. That works really nice. Although I don't like the screen thing because it literally shares the mirror image of your screen onto the big screen. So that's very counterintuitive. But for example, if you're watching a YouTube video or something like that, it does go full screen on the LG. So that works really nice. I do have other LG products as well. I don't have LG TVs though. This is the first display thing that I have for LG, and it works pretty nice. Like, I'm satisfied with their products generally. I'm more of a Samsung person for TVs, but I didn't really like their selection for computer monitors. And this display from LG really took me away, only because of the ergonomic display, or not really the display, but the ergonomic mount. You can see that. That is what sold me, the mount piece. Because you see, all this desk space is saved. I have space to put, my Bluetooth audio. I could put speaker. I haven't been able to put the speaker on my desk in many, many years because the other computer was just a traditional stand and it took most of this corner. So I had this little bitty little corner like down here for my keyboard. This did have a under desk keyboard, but I don't like that. It sits too low for me because I'm a taller person. So I do like that. You don't have to mount it on the corner, but I mounted it on the corner because I don't have a lot of wall space here. So the corner actually works better for me because I'm at an angle here and it works fine. I've been using it now for a couple weeks and I do enjoy it. It works really well. What else can I show you guys here? Let me zoom out a bit. So there's a Kluge menu system, and it's actually located on the bottom part. And I think I can even show it because this flips up a little bit. Yes, it does. See it? Can you see it? You see it right here? That is the menu. So it's like a toggle system. So you press on it and you get a menu right there, see? And you can go into your settings and then you get it's all on the corner. So you'll be able to see all the settings, like quick settings, inputs, picture, sound. This does have a speaker as well. That is something good to know. It's not the best sound, but if you don't have any speakers at all and you want all your audio through the monitor, it works pretty well. And then general settings, what language, standby mode. I should enable that actually. Yeah, so that's the settings menu. You always have to click the toggle button. So what I usually do is I click on the input and you can see it detects all the screens that are connected. So I have a USB-C, I have a display port, and I have HDMI. I don't have HDMI 1. That's the first port. And you can see the little sound link there. That's just telling you that there's sound coming out of there. And you see the last one does not have sound. Well, it does have it, but it's not connected. But anyway, so that's that menu. What else you could do there? You know, you can change the volume, of course, of the speaker, of the monitor itself. But if you connect speakers to it, then it doesn't really do anything, because it's already connected through that. You can turn it off through here, and you have a picture mode where you could probably manually adjust, you know, what do you like, you know, general or vivid, HDR, cinema, you know. You can calibrate it. There's a special calibration tool. I think you can buy something and you can recalibrate it if you need to, but it's already calibrated from the factory. So that is the menu system. So it's me again. So yeah, I think I covered everything. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Drop your questions in the comments if you have any. Like, share the video. Let me know what you think. Feel free to browse if you're new. I have so many different types of content in this channel that, you know, I think the majority of it are vlogs, but they're very old. And then I kind of went into a sporting area, and then and now I'm kind of doing scratchers, and maybe I'll do a random vlog here and there if something exciting is going on. But for the moment, nothing exciting is going on. So anyway, hopefully you guys have a great day, and I'll hear from you all soon.